Okay, AutoCAD basic drawings, problem number 1. And this one we're going to draw a line, a polyline, and then we're going to draw a rectangle. So when you open the start file, you're going to see something that looks like this. And we're in model space, excuse me. So we're going to draw everything in model space, and then it gets linked to paper space, as you will see here in just a minute. Just like when we did the initials, we drew it where we could see everything on the inside of the square, and then it showed up and came over to the paper space for printing. So step 1 is I'm going to make sure my layer I've selected is visible. Step 2, we're going to draw a line that's exactly 2.15 going to the intersection. So you can type in L enter and it pulls up the line command, or you can click on the draw ribbon. It doesn't matter, they all work. But I want you to notice what happens here. It's not snapping. Why is it not snapping? Well, there's a couple of things. Object snap's not turned on. How do I turn object snap on? You can hit F9 on your keyboard to toggle in and off, and you can also, let's hit the escape key to get out, because notice down here at the bottom it says line specification point. I'm going to escape until I get out of that because it's still trying to do the line draw command. So I have to get out of that command. And I'm going to type in O snap and it's going to pull it up. So simply now I can tell it to select all, or I could pick just the one that I wanted. So maybe I just want intersections. Maybe I can't pay attention and realize that that's the lovely little graphic, the visual you're looking for when it's doing the snap. If you pay attention, you can know those different snaps. But we're going to draw a line right there. Notice how it popped up. See, as I get close to it, see how those little crosshairs pop up? So all times when you're using object snap, it gives you hints and it's showing you what that visual should look like. So I want an object snap here, and I want it to go to the right. Now I could type in at 2.15 angle sign 0, or I can hit F12 to turn dynamic input on or off. Remember, turn it on. So I can say, and I'm just going to scroll up my scroll wheel on my mouse, 2.15 to the right. So I type in 2.15 angle sign, so I hit the tab key, 0, enter, enter. Remember I told you your enter key is going to be your best friend. Make sure you use it often. So I'll show you that again. And I'm going to type in L enter. I pick my starting point, which is right there. Go out to the side here. I type in 2.15. I hit the tab key for Z, and then I get to the angle. I hit 0, enter, enter. So dynamic input can be your friend, it can be your enemy. There are different times, different places of what it's going to be. Okay, this one we're going to draw a polyline. So we want to draw a polyline starting from the intersection. So you can draw a line or you can do a polyline. So you can type here for the polyline. You can also simply type in PL. You type in PL, it's going to pull up a polyline from the center point. And now if I'm paying attention, and I remember from my coordinate system which direction 0 is, 90, etc., I can do that. Or I can hit the F12 to turn dynamic input off, so I can just type in literally what I see. So see here at the bottom, I typed in the at symbol, 1, angle sign 0, and then underneath it shows the enter key, so I hit enter. And I type in the next one, at 0.25, angle 90, enter, at 0.5, angle 0, enter, at 1.33, angle sign 270, enter, at 0.5, angle sign 0, enter, at 1, angle sign 90, enter, at 0.75, angle sign 45, enter key twice. And it should not look like that, so I would need to go back and find out what I did wrong. So here's what happens with the polyline. If you've drawn a polyline, they're all connected together. So let's show you what it looks like if I draw just using a regular line. So regular line tool, starting point, at 1, angle 0, enter, at 0.25, angle sign 90, enter, at 0.5, 0, at 0.5, enter, enter. Yeah, and that's more what it should look like. And now when I select it, notice how it only picks that part. That's the difference between a line and a polyline. A polyline, they're all connected together. A line is each separate piece. I don't know how any other way or better way to demonstrate this to you so that you can understand what it is. All right, so let's zoom out. Remember, I hold my finger, so I take my finger and I hold the scroll wheel in the middle down. So I left click and hold it down, and then move the mouse around, and that's what lets me pan. And I can zoom in and zoom out using that scroll wheel. Okay, we want to draw a rectangle that's exactly 3.5 by 1.25. So we're going to draw a specific rectangle. So up here is your rectangle tool, or you could type in REC, and that'll draw it up also. So if I click here, that pulls up the rectangle tool. Notice it has here at the bottom where it's coming up in the command line. I hit escape. If I type in REC, it does the same thing. So that 2 key is our friend. Make sure it goes to intersection. And then here's where the difference. At the bottom is asking you rectangle, specify either corner point or area, dimensions, rotation. So which angle do you want at rotation? Do you know what size the area needs to be, etc.? We know dimensions. So we know we want it to be 3.5 by 1.25. So we know we have a specific dimension for it that we want to use. You have to pay attention to the little helper cues that it gives you here. Notice it has capital A in blue, D, capital D in blue, R. So it's asking you, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to do an area? Do you want me to do a dimension, or do you want me to do a rotation? We want to do a dimension, so we have to type in D, enter. And then it's going to say, okay, great. Okay, so we're going to do dimensions. What's the length for your dimension? 3.5, enter. Okay, next, what's your width? So how wide is it? 1.25, enter. And then you have to move your mouse around, get it where it needs to go. So I'm literally, see, as I snap it around and move around, it jumps to other areas. Come on. So move it around to here to the right hand side. Left click with your mouse once. That's all you have to do. Now we've done the drawing, so let's go here. See, notice how it's automatically populated into paper space. So now you need to again come in and put in your name. Remember, double click on it. Should be all caps, not lowercase. Left click to the outside somewhere. 2015, 03, 03, whatever it is, click to the outside. What is your course? What version are you in? Double click so that activates it. Type in the number, click to the outside. Put in the professor's name. Mine is Baxter. Then you would need to do a save as. Save it to your drive. Where's mine? There it is. R&B. CAD, because we made a folder called CAD. Call it CAD Problem 1. And then you would need to print it. So you click on the red A. When it responds here in a second, the red A gives you the drop down, so you can go to print. And you have to pick the Farrington 220, which is not loaded on this particular computer station that I'm using, so it has to be in the lab. So I load it to there, and I print it out, and then I log into Blackboard and I submit this problem 1 for me. So if the teacher thinks there might be any cheating, I can go in and check things. I can go in, because nobody should have the exact same time for everything. Everybody should have a different start time, different edit time. Or if I'm concerned about the steps and how you did something, I can check it by going to list, clicking on the object, and I can check those kind of things. So that's one of those little tricks. It's just to discourage cheating. It's just one of those things we do. All right, very good. Now we're going to go into problem.